7 Nightly News with David Johnston.
The Atlanta exodus. Athletes pack their bags, concerned for their safety. The backpacker serial killer to appeal his guilty verdict. And the future of the AFL changing again, with more clubs involved in merger talks. Good evening. We begin tonight with the Atlanta exodus. Some of Australia's swimmers have joined other athletes from around the world and are leaving the Games early in the wake of the terrorist bombing. They're flying home as tension mounts in the Olympic Village, disrupted by another bomb scare.
The heart of the Olympic Village deserted after yet another security scare here in Atlanta. Police had received an anonymous telephone call threatening a bomb in a bin. A search found nothing, but it's all become too much for some athletes. They're pulling out.
It's true that one or two, a handful, have brought forward their own travel plans. Some of them feel uncomfortable with, and their decision to leave early is perfectly understandable, and it has our support.
And for those staying behind,
I think it's getting on with business as normal, and that's how it's got to be.
Still no business, though, at Centennial Park today. This place, designed for 50,000 athletes and fans to congregate, stands empty. Still an FBI crime scene, and not due to open again for at least 24 hours. Suggestions also emerged today that the Australian swim team were warned to leave the park only minutes before the blast. Team management are unaware of it, but the FBI wants to check it out. In Atlanta, Chris Reason, 7 Nightly News.
Gun owners will be offered up to $2,000 compensation for surrendering weapons to be banned under new national laws. Under the government's buyback scheme announced tonight, payouts will be offered to anyone giving up self-loading rifles and shotguns and all pump-action shotguns. Lawyers for convicted backpacker killer Ivan Milat have confirmed they will lodge an appeal against the guilty verdict. But they haven't revealed what argument they will be raising when the matter returns to the courts. The 51-year-old serial killer has begun his life sentence in a New South Wales prison where he's under maximum security. A phony spy has been jailed for conning women out of thousands of dollars to help finance his bogus undercover operations.
23-year-old Andrew Caruana lived the high life, built on an elaborate lie, splashing money around, telling people he was a CIA agent, undercover police officer or elite Navy SEAL diver. He even had the crest tattooed on his arm. 2 women in their 20s believed his stories. He borrowed mobile phones, a video recorder and taped himself in the bath. They hired cars for him, and when he asked for more than $34,000 to finance secret operations, they handed it over. Police say the lives of Caruana's victims have been shattered. One woman has decided to leave Australia and return to her native Iran. He convinced Carla Brady and her boyfriend the CIA needed them. They sold all their possessions and drove to New South Wales, where he promised a Learjet would collect them. Today he pleaded guilty to deception and was sentenced to 12 months jail, 6 months suspended. With time already served, he will be free in 70 days. Nicole Chavastak, 7 Nightly News.
AFL clubs Melbourne and Hawthorn have confirmed they are holding merger talks. Presidents from both sides held a news conference tonight to outline their possible future together, claiming a deal could be struck within weeks.
With the interstate clubs being so powerful, or become so powerful, that Melbourne clubs have just got to look after themselves.
A decision on a possible merger between the clubs has to be made within a month. The deaths of 22 youngsters in the United States have raised concern about the safety of passenger airbags. Although the deaths involve children who weren't restrained by seatbelts, authorities here are looking at possible dangers. General Motors says injury to a child is unlikely if they're buckled up. In Perth, the mystery money bag containing $46,000 has finally been solved. The money was found wrapped in a plastic bag in West Perth, and the man who found it was hoping for a big windfall. But an Indonesian man has come forward claiming the money is his and was dropped by his son on the way to the bank. Investigators are moving in on the cause of the TWA crash that killed 230 people. FBI officials now believe a bomb was planted in the front of the plane's cargo hold. And China has indicated its latest nuclear test, which has sparked worldwide condemnation, is likely to be its last. The nation's weather for tomorrow: showers in Perth, Hobart and Melbourne, becoming fine in Canberra and Adelaide. It will be fine in Darwin, Brisbane and Sydney. That's our news to the moment. Stay with us now for more live action from Atlanta. Good night.